What up, YouTube? How you guys doing today? Today I got another great book for you. It's called The Better Brain Solution by Stephen Masley, MD. The subtitle is How to Start Now to Reverse and Prevent Insulin Resistance of the Brain, Sharpen Cognitive Function, and Avoid Memory Loss. So that's the promise of this book. I recommend you guys pick it up if you're interested. He's got plenty of great recipes in the back that are both tasty and good for the brain. So check it out if you're interested. But let's get into the book. All right, so there are 3 layers of every book I go into. First is the core concept, which is the main idea I want you to take away from the book. Then we get into the theory, and finally we get into 3 action steps that you can take to apply this book to your life. So what is the Better Brain Solution? We'll get into that in a second, but let's talk about what the Better Brain Solution does. In studies done by the author, he actually found that his Better Brain Solution improved executive function, EF, by 25% in his patients. So think about that. By applying this Better Brain Solution to your life, you can improve your cognition and your processing, your memory and your processing ability effectively by up to 25%. So that's an awesome promise, and I believe it. I believe it because you will get into that in a second. But the main goal of the author in this book is to prevent dementia and Alzheimer's and cognitive loss and memory loss and processing slowdown in the brain. So how does he go about doing that? Well, first he tells us what things like sugar do, right? So S stands for sugar. Sugar, high elevated levels of sugar in the body can increase the probability of diabetes forming, and that diabetes increases the probability of dementia forming in your brain. So dementia is, memory loss, the loss of identity, the degradation of your brain, like there are like holes in your brain caused by amyloid plaques, amyloid proteins, I think. But that's too detailed. We don't need to get into that. So what is the cause of dementia, right? There are many causes, but one of them is stress plus SAD, SAD. What is SAD? The Standard American Diet. That's what SAD stands for. So stress plus SAD plus inactivity increase the likelihood that you'll have depression, and depression increases the likelihood that you will have dementia. So there are all these factors, lifestyle choices that go into creating a messed up brain, right? And similarly, lifestyle choices and health choices determine the quality of a good brain. So that's a really basic structure of the theory of this book. But let's get into what his Better Brain Solution is. It has 4 pillars, all right? So the first is the right food, obviously. That's like 80% of the battle for getting a better brain is eating the right food. Next is the right nutrients in the brain. So those are the micronutrients that your brain needs, and we'll get into what those are. Finally, or after that is exercise. The author found that plaque in your arteries in your heart actually reduces the amount of nutrients and oxygen that flows to the brain, and that actually degrades brain function. So that's also important, right? Like, getting exercise, getting your heart pumping, having a healthy heart, stuff like that. And finally, SM. SM stands for stress management. Cortisol, which is something that increases in your body when you have stress, a hormone, it actually increases the sugar levels of your body, and that in turn has toxic effects on the brain. So some stress is good, occasional stress, it motivates you, helps you do better, helps you achieve things, but consistent anxiety and stress actually messes with the brain and shuts it down, and they found that people who are chronically stressed have reduced brain function. So that's the basic, 4 pillars of his Better Brain Solution. So now let's get into 3 action steps that you can take to apply this Better Brain Solution to your life. First, we'll get into food. Green leafy vegetables, super important. Every vegetable, like carrots and stuff, except for potatoes, because that has a high glycemic load, which means like a lot of starch and sugar. So green leafy vegetables and carrots and cucumbers and other stuff like that, that's really good for you. Salmon or other omega-3 rich seafood, nuts like almonds and walnuts, berries like cherries, blackberries, blueberries, olive oil, and beans. He has a few other ones, but these are the big ones. Olive oil, beans, berries, nuts, seafood, and green leafy vegetables. The second action step that you can take is learn meditation or get into yoga, right? You need to de-stress throughout the day. You need to find your calm center. Go for a walk in nature if you don't want to do either of those. Something every day that you can do to de-stress. And third action step that you can take is take a high quality multivitamin. And emphasis on the high quality. There's a lot of multivitamins out there that aren't high quality, but if you check out the book, the author does have some high quality vitamins that you can take. And normally you have to get those from a nutritionist or a doctor because those high quality vitamins can be prescribed. So what nutrients do you need to find in those high quality vitamins for better brain health? Well, you need vitamin D. You can get that from sunlight, but most people don't get enough sunlight. So vitamin D, B12, folate, which is vitamin B9, chromium, and that's a metal, and probiotics. Probiotics, you get that from kombucha, pickles. That's good stuff for your gut, and your gut and your brain are connected. Your gut health symbolizes brain health, so or connects and influences brain health, and brain health influences gut health. So it's a two-way street. So that was the fast and dirty of Better Brain Solution. I hope you guys got something out of it. So a quick recap. The Better Brain Solution increases cognitive function by 25%. The theory, sugar leads to diabetes, which leads to dementia. Likely, probabilities, not, these causal chains aren't absolute, they're relative, they're probabilities. Stress plus the standard American diet plus inactivity leads to depression, which leads to dementia. Again, it's a probability. And the 4 layers of the Better Brain Solution is food plus nutrients plus exercise plus stress management equals a 25% increase in cognitive function if you stick with it for months. So that's what this book is about. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day.